Welcome back mga kaibigan. Good afternoon. You're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Sorry sa mga nangyari kanina. Nagkaroon tayo ng medyo konting delay. Again, I am GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're about to watch a match between Team Manila Eagles versus the CM Storm Diamonds. Pero mga kaibigan,
nag-rename
yes,
ng CM
so far
Storm Diamonds.
Hindi na sila CM Storms. Sila ay Diamonds na lang. And let's see muna ang schedule natin for the weekend.
That's right. So our first game today, of course, like we just mentioned, is Diamond versus the TT Esports Manila Eagles. Now, on the blue side, we'll have the Diamond, and of course, on the purple side, we'll have the TT Esports Manila Eagles. Now, there will be two games today between both these teams. Basically, they will just be switching sides. We'll start the game in just a minute. So before we proceed, we're gonna take a look at the standings.
Ayan, standings natin sa ating Pro Gaming Series. Wargods still having the 5 points. Over 6 games played dito. Imperium 4-4, CM Storm 3-2, MSI Evo GT still 1-2 mga kaibigan. Manila Eagles wala pa rin panalo, and ang team ng Mineski. It's kind of unusual na makita natin ngayon ang team MLE having the 0 score and Mineski as well. Both teams na kilala sa ating competitive scene. And let's see how MLE will try to win this game against team ng CM Storm, Diamond, sorry, sa laban na to.
So definitely, Manila Eagles will be needing to at least win at least one game today if they want to stay in the running for a shot again at the GPL next season. While the Diamond, of course, are so far not doing so bad this season, they still need to continue winning if they want to be at the top of the standings.
Yes, so natin, so far for the CM Storm, Diamond, sorry. Medyo nasanay kasi ako ng CM Storm sila. Pero ngayon, the previous name ng team dito na CM Storm Diamonds. Ngayon, Diamonds na lang sila. And they have to do something against the team ng Manila Eagles dito. MLE so far, wala pa rin panalo sa PGS natin. And if ever na matalo na naman sila against the team Diamonds, mukhang mahirapan sila makahabol sa ating playoffs dito. And yet again, mga kaibigan, almost started na tayo kanina, but nagkaroon na naman ng problem sa ating connection at disconnect ang isang member from the team ng MLE.
Actually, I don't think it will take long. They'll be starting the game. Actually, they just started again. So, game 1 na tayo. Let's take a look at the picks and bans coming from the Diamond team and the Manila Eagles.
And so far for the band, champion of Team Diamond, they banned Lee Sin as their first ban dito. And I think one reason kung bakit binan nila itong si Lee Sin, ay alam nila kung gaano kagaling si Emily Hate sa paggamit ng Lee Sin dito. Take note, sa team ng Emily, ang lineup nila dito, we have Emily Hooks, we have Emily Hate, we have Emily Chok, Emily Marky, and Emily TG. Marky is a player na nanggaling sa CM Storm before. So nagkaroon dito ng ng change na kanilang players. Nakuha ng MLE, itong si Marky, papunta sa team nila. So far for the team ng Diamonds, we have Toaster, we have Meme, we have Resil, Luxuria, and Shura. Still, the same lineup dito. Napartan lang yung kanilang AD carry, and then yung kanilang mid laner. Before si Wiki yung kanilang mid laner dito, pero ngayon, ang kanilang mid laner ay si Resil. So far, ang kanilang AD carry ay si Luxuria, bagong AD carry ng team ng Diamonds dito. Tignan natin kung ano yung performance ito ni Luxuria. So far, walang alam ang team ng MLE kung sino yung mga possible na champion pick nitong si Luxuria. Since alam natin lahat na kapag bago ang isang player, wala kang idea. Manghuhula ka dito kung sino yung mga champion na ibiban mo against your opponent.
That's right. So actually, since we mentioned a while ago, so Marky coming from originally the CM Storm Diamond, which is now Diamond, of course, it will be interesting since most of the 4 members of Diamonds know Marky pretty well since they were able to practice a lot with him previously, and now since Marky will be in the Manila Eagle side, it'll be interesting to see how Marky will change his playstyle to confuse his old former teammates in this game.
Yes, at sa lahat ng di nakakalam, yes, this PGS is Philippine team versus Philippine team. Sa lahat ng di nakakalam, ang PGS po ay parang local GPL natin. So we have our own GPL sa ating sa Philippines, kung saan lahat ng mga pro player or pro team sa ating sa country natin ay maglalaban-laban.
That's right. So meron tayo ditong MSI Evo GT, may Mineski, may CM Storm, may Wargods, may Diamond, may Wargods, may MLE. At yun ang mga team natin dito. So basically, at IPT yan, sorry. Yes, including the new amateur teams who want to get to be able to go pro, they have to go through the PGS if they want to reach the GPL.
Yes. So sa lahat ng mga aspiring team na gusto sumali sa ating PGS, sa ating GPL, sumali kayo sa mga challenger tournaments, mag-ipon kayo ng mga points by joining the challenger tournaments, at once na kayo ang naging top 1 sa iba't ibang region dito ng ating bansa, you will have the chance to join the PGS dito, season split. And then after nun, kapag nanalo kayo sa PGS season split, PGS na kayo agad. After ng PGS, GPL na kayo agad.
That's
And if
right.
ever na makakuha kayo ng maraming points, you will go to the Season 4 World Championship.
That's right. So, actually, there's still one more season to GPL, so it may be hard. You definitely have to be a very strong team if you still want to go to Worlds at this point. But, don't let that be a hindrance to you if you want to still join, kasi there's always still next year. So, ngayon pa lang, mag-practice na kayo. Get experience from the PGS and the GPL so that if ever you really want to reach World and you're still a new team, there's still a chance for you next year.
Yes, sa lahat ng mga confused hanggang ngayon, Diamond, yes, sila po yung CM Storm. And up until now, they will go against a team ng Manila Eagles dito. For the picks, mga kaibigan, we are seeing na kinuha ng Diamond si Gragas, Pantheon, and if ever nailak ito si Pantheon and Morgana for their team, I think this is a very hard champion. Crowd control-wise, the disable coming from their team, the mana immunity, the spell immunity from Morgana, using his shield dito, a very good champion picks for their team.
Yes.
And take note mga kaibigan, for Team TT Sports Manila Eagles, they picked Severe and Casadin as their first 2 picks sa laban na to.
That's right. Very strong picks coming out from Emily. Actually, looking at Diamond's pick, the Morgana, I have a feeling that might even be a support for this game.
Well,
I've seen
possible,
a
yes.
few games coming from the other regions that using Morgana as a support champion. So I wouldn't be surprised actually if they decide to use the Morgana as a support champion, since she actually has a lot of spells to throw out, which could be, of course, force Severe to block use her spell shield unnecessary. And of course, Morgana is really a good pick to protect whoever probably your AD carry against Casadin bursting them down.
Actually, it's possible na gawin nilang support itong si Morgana, but on the other hand, they can use Morgana as well as their AP carry.
That's right.
Since alam natin na si Casadin, a burst damage champion dito in the early part of the game hanggang sa late game dito, sobrang sakit ng damage na kanyang gawin sa kalaban.
That's
At
right.
sobrang laki ng tulong dito ng spell shield na ibibigay ni Morgana sa mga teammates niya if ever na magkaroon ng revoke from Chok dito.
Yes.
So far, we are seeing na nag-isip kayo na Team TT Sports Manila Eagles kung sino yung mga champion na pwede nilang ikunin ulit to counter the champion of Team Diamonds dito. And since we're seeing na kinuha nila si Leona and then Vi, Jungle Vi, Leona support, I think magandang lineup for the team ng Manila Eagles dito. Crowd control wise, disable, the focus damage from their team, sobra effective against their opponent.
Yes.
Take note, Vi is a champion na usually ginagamit pang counter kay Casadin. Using his assault and battery, and then yung Volt Breaker niya dito, they can burst down Casadin dito. So I think one reason kung ba't kinuha nila si Vi as their jungle dito ay para ma-secure nila na walang champion pang counter kay Casadin.
That's right. So actually, Morgana could be like a soft counter to Casadin because of the spell shield.
Yes.
The spell shield, sorry, the spell shield, but it's like a spell shield actually. Her shield, which is able to block spells and reduce the damage of magic damage, of course, not physical damage. So as we know, Casadin deals almost all magic damage. So the spell shield coming from Morgana will be definitely a great help, especially for it looks like the lock in from Ezreal would be and possibly the Kha'Zix would mean that probably Morgana will be playing support in this game.
Actually, good champion choice dito para sa team ng Diamond, picking Ezreal as their AD carry dito. Noong na si Ezreal, ay alam natin lahat na meron siyang Arcane Shift to disengage once na mag-initiate dito si Leona or si TG. Using his Zenith Blade, yung kanyang stun dito. The disable coming from team MLE, I think sobrang ganda nung kanilang lineup dito. We have the Assault and the Battery from Vi, the Solar Flare from Leona. If ever na-select ito, makukunin nila dito yung kanyang stun against their opponent. On the other hand, we are having a champion like Pantheon, the burst damage from Kha'Zix. So far, at this point, we're seeing na tatlong champion from team ng CM Serve dito ay Assassin. Or I should say na, yes, tatlo sila.
Yes.
2 AD Bruiser and 1 AP carry.
That's
Gragas, Pantheon,
That's right.
and si Kha'Zix. Once na mag-initiate ang mga team dito ng Diamonds, MLE have to do something na kailangan nilang mag-disengage hanggang sa magamit lahat ng Team Diamond ng kanilang mga skills dito. And once na ma-secure nila na lahat ng skill dito ng Diamonds ay nagamit na, saka sila mag-initiate and then turn the tables sa laban na yun.
Yes, but in terms of tankiness, as you can see, Emily has a very strong front line. Both Renekton, Leona are already very tanky on their own, and of course Vi sometimes built, most of the time actually built quite tanky as well. Of course, even though if Vi builds tanky, including Renekton, they still do a lot of AoE damage. So it will be very interesting to see how CM Store will be able to pick out some champions, especially since most of the champions of Emily are very tanky already.
Yes, nagkaroon tayo ng problema dito mga kaibigan. Nag-disconnect ang isang member of team ng MLE. And so far, tignan natin yan kung paano gagawin ngayon ng MLE ngayon sa laban nila against team ng Diamond. Sobrang maganda yung laban na to. This is one of the most awaited matches sa ating PGS, knowing na Diamond, medyo rival sila against team ng MLE. And take note, one member from their team ay napunta sa team MLE.
That's right.
Si Marky, na before na kilala na magaling mag-Lucian, ay napunta sa team members of the MLE ngayon. And I'm thinking, na team ng MLE will go for Lucian if ever kaya ba niyang tapatan ang team ng Diamonds dito in the bottom lane. Will he be able to go against yung bagong AD carry ng Team Diamonds sa laban na to? Let's see kung makikita ba natin dito na tama ba ang decision ni Marky going for the team ng Manila Eagles.
Yes, and though Marky is very strong with Lucian, like I mentioned a while ago, since Marky got to play with the Diamond team a lot already previously, it will definitely be harder for him to play his Lucian against his former team, since they know how he thinks and the way he moves with his Lucian. So we could expect that Diamond should be able to respond properly to take down Marky if he does go with the Lucian in the second game.
Ayun lang, yes, possible na masabi natin dito na magkakaroon dito ng basahan ng galaw, but you can't read an AD carry's movements. Possible na ganito rin ang gagawin niya, the farm, the item build na kakukunin niya, pero yung when it comes to the kiting skills, medyo mapapansin mo, may iba-iba yan eh.
Yes.
The micro, yung kanya-kaya niyang gawin, paggamit ng kanya mechanics dito as a champion, yes, gaya na sila mo dito, they know how Marky move. So if ever na mahirapan siya against your opponent, if ever na ang gagawin niyang performance against your opponent ay hindi niya malamangan yung performance niya before, kayang-kaya silang talunin ng Diamonds dito.
Yes, but probably the biggest thing about the bottom lane now is not about really Marky or Luxuria, but I think it will come down to the support champions, basically TG and Shura. Of course, the AD carry is not strong without a good support. So if the good plays coming up from Shura and TG do come out, especially Shura being the support of Marky before, should be able to hopefully outsmart Marky in the laning phase and catch him off guard.
Yes, mga kaibigan, we're back with the ball game dito at same bans and picks for Team ng Diamonds versus TT Sports Manila Eagles. We're still seeing na pareho pa rin ang kanilang mga picks dito, and like ano yung ginawa nila kanina in the early part of the game, kasi nagkaroon tayo ng issue at nag-disconnect. Sorry lang sa lahat ng delay natin, and so far sana magtuloy-tuloy na tayo ngayon at matapos na natin ang first match of the night, I mean the day, and maya-maya after this game we will see once again a match between Team Diamonds versus the Manila Eagles. Nagpalit na naman sila ng kanilang pwesto dito or ng kanilang sides.
Alright, so let's looking at the lineup again. Let's go through the lineup right now. So in the top lane, in the Diamond side, we have Toaster on Gragas, Diamond Mimi on the Pantheon in the jungle, Diamond Wrestle in the mid lane on Kha'Zix, AD carry will be Diamond Luxuria on Ezreal, and of course their support will be Diamond Shura on Morgana.
Actually, for the lineup of Team Manila Eagles dito, we're seeing na kinuha nila si Renekton, Vi, Sphere, and Leona. On the other hand, having the lineup of Team Manila Eagles dito, once na mag-Zenith Blade si TG, at ma-secure niya yung objective niya of getting a champion dito from the Team Diamonds, yung stun niya, the followed damage output from the boomerang galing dito kay Sphere, I think sobrang mahirapan dito ang team ng Diamonds in the bottom lane. Having Ezreal and Morgana. But take note mga kaibigan, since meron tayong shield coming from Morgana, possible na yung stun na magagaling dito kay stun na magagaling kay Leona dito ay mawawala lang ng silbi.
That's right. And of course, what they call this, the damage coming from Leona is magic, so it will also prevent the damage that Leona will output. Although Leona will still be able to hit a few times, but if the Zenith Blade does not connect, hindi siya makakalapit, and because of that, hindi siya makaka-harass with these melee attacks. Actually,
ang mahirap lang dito sa team ng Diamonds in the bottom lane ay paano nila masasecure yung kanilang poke damage against their opponent. Pero since we're seeing that merong binds coming from Morgana dito to secure one champion of team ng MLA the bottom lane, and then followed up by the Mystic Shot na magagaling kay Ezreal. So kaya nila lumabang against their opponent sa bottom lane kapag nasigurado nila yung kanilang objective of poking their opponent, and then getting the CS very wisely dito.
So in short, the bottom lane, we're talking about they the Diamond team should not engage, do a hard engage, but actually poke down the members of Emily in the bottom lane, while Emily favors a hard engage and just fight it out, since they have a tank here and can deal more damage potentially than the bottom lane than Diamond.
So I think one reason kung ba't kinuha nila si Morgana dito ay para kahit na sinong champion dito ang piliin ng Team Manila Eagles in the bottom lane, kayang-kaya manalo against their opponent. And Morgana is a very safe pick, support champion dito, knowing na alam natin lahat na
she provides a lot of protection.
Yes, protection,
shield,
yung kanyang
binding, dark binding.
Binds, yung kanyang crowd control dito against their opponent. And this is a champion na alam mo na hindi mo pa, mapapansin mo sa galaw ng, if ever na makita natin yung laban ng Team ng Diamonds dito, makikita natin na Morgana is a champion na kahit na sinong AD carry ang dalhin dito, kaya mag-dominate in the bottom lane sa magandang timing na kanilang skills at magandang execution ng mga skills nila dito.
Yes, and actually Morgana's spell shield will be very favorable for Ezreal, since the jungler of MLE of course has on Vi has a Assault and Battery, and then we have Kassadin who can jump in at level 6. So all of these champions are very dive heavy, and because of Morgana's shield, she can definitely protect Ezreal very effectively.
Yes, sa lahat ng mga nakikita natin ng mga chat dito, best Rengar PH daw itong si Diamond Toaster. And one reason din kung bakit binanto ng team ng Manila Eagles. They're aware sa mga champion picks of team ng CM Storm dito, I mean Diamonds in this game. And they banned Fiddlesticks as well, knowing na si Shura usually ginagamit itong si Fiddlesticks as a champion. Pero take that in his play style, do you think he will be able to dominate the bottom lane using Morgana, or
it's really too early to tell because it's all about the timing.
Yes.
Perfect timing would give Shura and Luxuria a very good bottom lane, but the bad timing of the spells coming out and not connecting those spells would definitely be in favor of Emily. Especially the boomerang blade coming from Severe is very big, very wide rather, and very long, and can hit multiple opponents back and forth. So really, it really comes down to having those skill shots connect on the right time.
Yes, mga kaibigan. Seeing at the runes and masteries of Diamond Toaster, he's most likely going for the AD damage output against his opponent. So, I was talking about kanina sa kanyang lineup dito. I mean, yung kanyang performance as a mid carry. Pag si Gragas yung ginawa nilang mid, they have a 3 assassin champion, AP, AD, AD. Pero ngayon, since we're seeing na Gragas is going for an AD build, 3 champion of team Diamonds dito will go for the AD build. So more or less ang kailangan ngayon ng team MLE dito para manalo against their opponent ay secure yung kanilang mga tankiness, yung kanilang armor. We have the Raduin's Omen, we have the Guardian Angel, we have armor as well, we have magic resist as well. Pero syempre, since we're seeing na they are about to go against team na puro AD damage dito, kailangan ngayon pag-isipan ng team MLE kung paano sila kukuha ng mga item dito na kaya mapigilan yung armor penetration coming from the other team dito ng Diamonds. And on the other hand, Chok, I think possible din na he will go for Zonya. Priority Zonya dito. Definitely. Since he's an AP carry in the mid lane. And take note mga kaibigan, alam nating lahat na itong si Kha'Zix, si Kassadin, kahit na sino champion dito na AD carry ang pangontra sa kanya. Talon, Riven, Kha'Zix, yun ang mahirapan dito si Chok to dominate his mid lane.
Yes, and I just like to point out this is the 4.3 patch, and that Kha'Zix received some, not buffs and nerfs, but more like some changes to his skills to better his skills. Now, of course, there's a little nerf on his Q. The percent damage has been reduced to 6% now on the Evolve Claws. But the really great thing about what they did with Kha'Zix is his ultimate now. His stealth now lasts up to 6 seconds if he evolves it, and also allows him to pass through units. So this will allow him to be more mobile, especially in assassinating.
6 seconds para sa yung stealth dito sa yung champion. Sobrang mahihirapan dito gumawa ng play ang team ng Manila Eagles if ever na mag-initiate dito si Kha'Zix. At sa lahat ng mga kaibigan natin na nanonood ngayon, they're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. If ever mawalan ka ng ng RP dito, wala ka na pambili ng champion, gusto mong bumili ng champion, ng skins, meron tayong e-pins from GameX.ph.
That sounds good.
Ayan. So, pumunta na kayo sa GameX.ph, visit the GameX.ph site, choose the game you are playing. We're about to enter your mobile phone number, and after you enter yung mobile phone number, you will receive the verification code, and after mo ma-receive yun, hawakan mo na kagad ang iyong e-pins dito, o yung RP mo for the game. So, at hindi nakakalam, lahat ng ating mga e-pins na yan from the GameX, ang possible lang na makagamit niyan ay mga subscribers from ng ng Sun, ng Smart and Talk and Text.
That's right. Alright, so we're gonna go on a short break. We just are experiencing a few more technical difficulties. We'll be right back after about a minute or two.
Yes, chill kayo mga kaibigan. Short break muna tayo for a while. We'll be right back. Back to the ball game dito, a match between teams, Diamonds versus GG.Sphere Manila Eagles. And ito na mga kaibigan, nag-start ng ating game. At nagkaroon tayo ulit ng post, trying to think, what do you have to do sa laban na ito? So, nagkakaroon siguro ng play dito or may mga technical difficulties na naman tayo dito. But, the early part of the game, like what you're always seeing dito sa ating PGS, GPL, walang magkakaroon. If ever, I'm thinking na wala dapat munang magkakaroon dito ng level 1 team fight. Papansin mo, nung laban kagabi, nung ng AHQ versus the Manila Eagles, or, yung kalaban ng MLE kagabi, almost makukuha na sana yung red buff dito, yung kalaban ng MLE, but, mas dinicide nila dito na kunin yung kanilang mga sariling buffs dito.
Yes. Alright, so let's talk about the top lane now. Si Gragas medyo nag-receive siya ng konting nerfs in this patch actually also. Medyo I've been playing Gragas in the top lane since the 4.3 patch, and I noticed medyo bumaba talaga yung damage output niya, but still he is very tanky and is still a very able tank champion here in the top lane. So he's gonna go against Renekton. This will be I think an advantage for Emily Yux here on the Renekton, since Renekton's sustain is still very strong at the very early levels, while Gragas, although he has a lot of sustain as well, his sustain gets stronger the longer the game gets. So it'll be interesting to see if Toaster will be able to get an early kill. That will definitely help him dominate the rest of his top lane. But if Renekton or Emily Yux gets ahead of him in the early game, mahihirapan si Toaster bumawi in the later part of the game.
So far mga kaibigan, kaya sinabi dito, abang-abang sa kanilang mga jungle buffs, and they're trying to defend yung kanilang buffs dito na walang invade na mangyayari from their opponent. Kasi gaya na sinabi natin dito, hindi na ganun kasulit yung level 1 team fight. If ever na makuha ka ng first blood, hindi mo na siya ganun na ma-appreciate dito sa laban. Since yes, you have the 200 gold, sa taong naka-first blood lang. And the rest of your teams will get around 40, around 30. So, it's not that very sulit. Worth it na ngayon.
Not as much as before. Yeah. Alright, as you can see there, Marky and the new AD carry of Diamond is actually throwing some skill shots at each other, missing of course.
Yes, tignan mo na mga buti yung skin dito ni Marky. Wonder Woman, mga kaibigan, para kay Sphere. Nakatupis lamang siya at handang-handa ng lumaban sa gera dito against the team ng CM Storm. Mga kaibigan, chill lang tayo dyan. Sa lahat ng mga nanonood, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season, at sa lahat ng hindi nakakalam, itong Pro Gaming Series ay labanan ng ating mga pro local competitive scene dito. So we have teams like CM Storm or Diamonds, and also Manila Eagles, both teams from the Philippines.
That's right. Alright, so both teams securing their blue buffs right now, of course. The bottom lane helping Emily Hate on the blue buff, while the top lane for Diamond helping the Phantom pick up his blue buff really quick. As you can see, Emily Chok taking a lot of damage coming from Sil right now on the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix will definitely win in the early trade, so I think Chok should be a little bit more careful than that, allowing the Kha'Zix stick his claws into him.
So far, kapag walang flash itong si Chok in the mid lane, kaya kagad na igank itong si Pantheon dito sa mid lane. Since alam natin lahat, Meme having yung kanyang jungle dito, yung jungle route, yung stun niya, and then follow damage coming from Kha'Zix or kay Resil in the mid lane. This is the first time na nakita natin maglalaban si Resil and Chok sa mid lane dito. So mga kaibigan, with the bind coming from Shura, they be able to get one life of champion of team ng Diamonds in the bottom lane. Yet the damage output from Yux in the top lane against kay Toaster, medyo pantay ang labanan nila dito in the top lane, since hindi pa natin nakikita or hindi pa ganun na utilize si Toaster yung kanyang tankiness as Gragas in the top lane dito, since level 1 pa lang siya.
And I'd also like to point out that Emily Yux decided to go for the Doran's Blade in this game instead of the Doran Shield, as he knows he has definitely a stronger advantage in the first 2 to 3 levels against Gragas. And right now, he's abusing that advantage. As you can see, he has put out a lot of damage already on Toaster. Toaster at already a quarter of his health right now and is forced to basically tower hug under his turret.
Ito talaga maganda sa top lane. Kapag buo ang loob mo, you have the advantage in the mid. At the top lane, mga kaibigan, still, Zerben kaya kay TJ dito. He was ignited by Shura. Will he be able to get the life of one champion of Team Manila Eagles in the bottom lane? With that damage output, he got banned by Shura. But first blood for Mark dito in the bottom lane. A very good job. Nice. The timing for their team. And never back down na attitude for the Team Manila Eagles.
That's right. Alright, so Pantheon, come here to gang.
Maybe trying to gang. The bottom lane, he be able to get the life of Marky, but with the barriers being popped out, flash in by Meme, still wasn't enough.
And actually, the stun from Leona allowing Marky to get away with that barrier. So good job coming from Leona, staying behind to make sure that his AD carry doesn't go down to the Pantheon. There we see Resil actually just taking a tower hit against Emily Chalk there, being a little bit over aggressive here right now, as he knows he has the advantage still at the early levels.
Yes. Seems to, Diamonds have to do something sa ginagawang performance ngayon ng Manila Eagles, knowing na kailangan nilang i-lockdown or i-camp in to mid lane ito, having Kassadin, since pre-level 6, na dapat di pa umabot ng level 6, mahirapan sila makalaban dito. Choke can't use anything unless yung flash niya para makatakas. Wala siyang Rift Folk, wala pa siyang Rift Folk dito, and that would give him the disadvantage once na mag-gank si Meme in the mid lane at this point of time.
Alright, so as you can see, Emily Yuke's winning his lane right now, already having a 27 CS over the 11 CS of Toaster. As you can see, Toaster having a really hard time last hitting those minions since he's really low at health right now. Emily Yuke's ability still has his Ignite up, so he may go for the kill any
yes, mga kaibigan, Ignite si Toaster ngayon with the turret. It was there, pero he can't reach Yuke's. And yet again, mga kaibigan, mukhang 1 kill na ito para kay Yuke's in the top lane. That's for sure, mga kaibigan. Yes. Binibilangan na lang itong si Toaster sa mga pagkakataon ito. Ang ating score ay 6K over 7K for Team Manila Eagles, still in favor of their team, and 0-1 ang ating score. And I think a first blood for team ng Emily kanina, getting the bottom lane. A very good job sa ginagawang performance kayo ng Emily. And I think right now, nag-resume ang ating game ngayon. Like what we've said, 1 kill for the top lane. Good job para kay Emily Yuke's. He is dominating the top lane dito by using his damage output and not going for the tanky items.
That's right. And
most probably will go for his what do you call this, yung item niya, like getting the Tiamat first before getting a Sunfire Cape.
Yes, I have a feeling he will go for that build, especially since he's already way ahead of Diamond Toaster on the Graga, so it's only a matter of time to see.
Mga kaibigan, initiate galing kay TG dito. He was about to stun itong si Luxuria, but with that spell shield from Shura, almost enough to stun a champion. But mga kaibigan, still in the mid jungle, nagkasalubong si Emily Hate, and Meme dito, Toaster trying to respond in the jungle, but it is Vault Breaker is going to escape. Yes, mga kaibigan, a burned flash para Emily Hate dito for the next 200 seconds. I think mahirapan siyang mag-gank against his opponent.
Yes, actually Emily Hate being very aggressive here in the jungle of Team Diamond right now. As you can see, Diamond is still doing a lot of damage to Chalk, forcing him to back away. In terms of CS though, they're pretty much dead even at right now 30 apiece, and actually Emily Chalk doing a pretty good job on
yes, man, he have to dash in, use his Ignite, and then burst down. Diamond wrestle in the mid lane. Good choice para kay Chalk dito. Hindi na siya naghintay na kanyang Rift Walk to burst the champion. And yet again, mga kaibigan, in the mid lane, bottom lane still, Shura taking so much damage. He has been stunned by TG dito, but he was binded as well in the bottom lane. A very good decision from TG, utilizing his skills very well. Kung mapansin mo dito, he used his ZP to Luxuria and then stun Shura once na nakita niya naka-spell shield or naka-black shield na itong si Luxuria in the bottom lane.
Yes, that's right. So those are back in the top lane. 1 level behind right now, Emily Yuke's. You can see Emily Yuke's has already picked up a pickaxe, like we mentioned a while ago. He'll definitely go for the Chambat for this on this Renekton right now, and the amount of damage that the pickaxe gives him over the cloth armor that Gragas has picked up will
tatagos yan.
Yes,
sa yung malambot na armor dito para sa top lane ng team ng Diamonds.
That's right. Here in the bottom lane, we have of course right now, of course, Emily Yuke's and Emily TG and Marky having the advantage because of the first blood that they were able to pick up a while ago on Diamond Luxuria. So this will be an interesting game to see how these champions go. As you can see, Edry has decided to go with 2 Doran's Blades, and Marky decided to pick up a Vampiric Scepter for more sustain. In essence, actually, the second Doran's Sword provides actually more health sustain at the earlier levels, but as the game progresses, definitely Marky will have the advantage, especially since he'll be able to complete his
Yes, mga kaibigan, top lane still taking so much damage dito. Toaster's about to go down. Yux have to use his Dominus to kill one champion in the top lane, but since nag-body slam titong si Toaster in the top lane to disengage, very good job for Yux. 66 CS versus 24 CS. Sobrang laki ng advantage dito. Lampas kalahati ng kanyang CS ang lamang niya against kay Toaster.
Yes, actually I think Toaster was trying to bait Emily Yux to use blow his ultimate, since he knew that Pantheon or Meme on Pantheon was ready there to protect him just in case Yux goes all in him, and as you can see, Yux really went for it, and because of that, Meme came out to show himself to force the Renekton to back away.
Mga kaibigan, in the middle, Garena Premier League to get the life of Diamond Resin. And with that, Resin goes down. So far, ang ating score ay 0-4. Almost 3k ang goal difference sa laban na ito. I think Chok is dominating the mid lane against Kha'Zix or itong si Resin. So far, hindi gano'n na na-utilize itong si Resin ang kanyang champion. Well, having the Hex Drinker, a very good item choice as his first starting item, since he's going for against an AP carry dito. With the shield coming from that Hex Drinker, and then yung magic resistance and yung damage output against your opponent.
Yeah.
It's a good choice item, and actually against kay Chok, I think that would be very much effective. But since the gank coming from Emily hit kanina in the mid lane, very good item mga kaibigan for Emily Yux top as well, getting his Tiamat and then 1 Doran's Blade plus a boots against an armored full packed armor na Toaster sa top lane.
Yes, I don't think that armor will be very effective yet. It will take a while before Toaster will be able to actually tank the damage coming from Yux. He'll need he's probably gonna pick up the Giant's Belt next, and when he picks that up, then he should be able to start going toe to toe with Yux. But as of right now, as you can see, Emily Yux is bullying Toaster.
Exactly mga kaibigan, si Toaster dito, he was about to go down. Yux popped his Dominus ito yung top lane, and with that, 1 champion kill na naman for him. At ang ating goal difference ay lumalaki in favor of team ng Manila Eagles. Ang ating 0-5 ang ating score. And yet again mga kaibigan, in the bottom lane ng ating CS, 62/77 in favor of team Manila Eagles, and they're dominating the bottom lane very well, and top lane as well as the mid lane. Simstorm have to do something sa nangyayari ngayon against their opponent, and kailangan nilang kumuha ng first dragon sa laban na to. So kailangan nilang mag-set ng dragon, kailangan nilang maglagay ng wards na dragon. So if ever nakunin ito ng team Manila Eagles, at least kahit si Pantheon lang nandun or si Meme, he can just use his might to steal that dragon.
That's right. Alright, so I just want to point out yung mga supports natin in this game. Since the 4.3 patches, nag-change na yung mga support items, yung mga gold income items, and they've actually opted not to pick up anymore the Doran Shield. So this is very interesting. It looks like the changes that Riot did on these support items are actually effective, since the support champions have decided to think that mas maganda yung binibigay ng mga bagong items na to. As you can see, Emily TG has picked up the Relic Shield, while Diamond Shura went for the Spell Thief Blade. Now, these items now have a slightly different abilities and give more gold, and also better effectiveness in terms of dealing damage to the opponent.
Do you think for Shura, is it a good idea na kinuha niya dito yung kanyang AP item or itong Spell Thief's Edge instead of getting the Ancient Coin, or what do you think?
Well, because she has a lot of poke, it's okay, because she has the, as we can see, an engaged card.
Again, in the bottom lane mga kaibigan from Team Manila Eagles dito, Grand Skyfall from Pantheon, he be able to get the life of 1 champion of Team Manila Eagles, and since with that Dark Bind, and plus a good spell sheet from Marky, wasn't enough to reach 1 champion of Team Manila Eagles mga kaibigan in the bottom lane, still ganking itong si Joke to get the life of 1 champion of Simstorm, but they have to disengage in the bottom lane. I mean, Diamond, sorry.
So Morgana, of course, you're asking me a while ago about her the Spell Thief's Blade. She has the damage on the ground that procs damage every second, and since that allows her to pick up gold every time.
Yes, mga kaibigan, a solid battle for Diamond Wrestle dito. A spell shield as well para dito kay Wrestle in the mid lane, mga kaibigan. Still jungle. Dragon is still alive, mga kaibigan. Emily Chok initiated Luxuria. A gold breaker para kay Emily dito. He go down, mga kaibigan. Luxuria uses second ship to disengage on the bottom lane dito. But again, mga kaibigan, one champion of team Diamond got the life of TG, mga kaibigan. Still 2 vs 2 in the bottom lane. And with that, it's a 3. I mean, it's a 2 for 3 exchange in favor of team ng Manila Eagles dito.
And there you go. You can see how...
And a free push, mga kaibigan, in the top lane for Emily Hughes.
That's right. As you can see how...
Oh, Margel, what happened, mga kaibigan? A very good job for Marky doing that boomerang as his last hit dito. And especially a good contribution from that Wolves.
Actually, it's the Wolves that secured the kill for Emily Marky there. So, that's how you know your opponents, right? Because you've played with them many times before. So things like that tricks up their sleeves, of course. You have to be very careful when you're going back to base, especially if you're that low of a health. Try to be in a more safer position before recalling. Don't do it in your camps or in the lanes where you could be visible, since things like that could happen to you anytime.
Actually, almost na makukuha na sana dito ng CM Storm yung advantage. I mean, ang Diamonds kanina yung advantage na meron sila against their opponent. Getting the Dragon, actually, if ever na sila yung manalo dun sa team fight na nangyari kanina, they will get the Dragon and for sure makakahabol sila sa difference na nangyari kanina sa kanila. But, Yux on the other hand, who's left behind the top lane, getting his Hydra at this point of time, and then yung kanyang armor dito to dominate the team fights in the top lane.
Yes,
so, very good item choice para sa kanya.
Yes. Of course, that armor or the chain vest will be built into a Sunfire Cape, which should probably be the first item of Gragas, and Gragas is really behind right now in CS. As you can see, 52 CS to 135. If you want, we can even take a look at the gold right now off the top lane, and taking a look at the gold, we have 3,280 gold for Gragas, while Renekton or Emily from Renekton right now has 5,000.
Yes, mga kaibigan, a good backup galing dito. He used his solar flare dito to gain the life of Simstorm. May mga kaibigan, binded si TG dito in the bottom lane. And with that, they have to disengage. Mapapansin mo dito, coordination from Team Emily. They have the advantage against their opponent. And I think, ito yung problema kapag meron kang member na hindi mo pa ganun kakilala. As you see, since bago lang yung AD carry nila, they're not that coordinated very well sa laban na to.
That's right. Emily Marky just spell shielding the dark binding coming from Morgana. So good job. Also, the good coordination coming from Emily, as Emily Hate was able to use his assault the battery to pick up a kill and escape the wrath of the members of Diamond. Good
Serenade from TG dito to get the life of Toaster, but with that damage output, yes mga kaibigan, unstoppable na si TT Esports Manila Eagles show up in the mid lane dito. The SL goes down, and with that, hinahabol nila ngayon si CM Storm Meme, but the damage output from their team, double kill for Yux. It's a 3 for 2 exchange in favor of team ng Manila Eagles, and the Dragon pick up with that team fight. Mga kaibigan, still red buff para kay Luxuria in the bottom lane. Ignited mga kaibigan, burst damage with that damage out from his champion dito. As you can see, with that Ravenous Hydra, I think that's almost enough to gain the advantage against their opponent dito. And as you can see, hindi siya ganun katanky champion, but he's relying more on his dominance dito.
He's sustaining his damage.
I think that's more than enough para sa kanya na mag-secure na kanyang objective of sustaining the damage output from a team of Diamonds, and also yung damage output na binibigay niya sa kanilang kalaban.
Just look at his items now. He just picked up his Sunfire Cape. He has 5 kills. He has 146 CS. He's way ahead among any other player in this game, including his own team. Nobody even comes close to the amount of gold he has right now. So Emily Yux definitely going to be a monster in this game. Something the Diamond will have a big problem or have a hard time dealing with the rest of the game.
Yeah, so far in the mid lane, Chok having the dominance in the mid lane, he didn't get his Zonya as his first item dito. So most likely, the reason why he didn't get that Zonya is because alam niya sa sarili niya na lumalamang siya sa mid lane dito.
Yes.
At alam mo naman, nakagamit ka na ng Zonya dito if ever na nalalaman ka ng iyong opponent, mga kaibigan. Still, a jump in from Resil dito. Will he be able to get the life of Meme Chok with that Dark Bind? It missed, mga kaibigan. A shield for Diamond Resil dito. A stun from Meme. But it's almost enough, but never good para dito sa mid lane dito, getting the life of Emily Chok. With that, you have to disengage. Ating score ay 4-15 in favor sa team ng Diamond, ng Emily dito. Damage out from Team Manila Eagles is so much for Team Diamond to handle. And I think 5-1 ang score ni Emily Chok. A very good play style for their team.
Yes, and Cassidy also receiving a lot of nerfs in this patch, but as you can see, those nerfs are not enough, and Cassidy is still dominating even this early in the game.
Yes, mga kaibigan, Emily is about to go down dito. He have to use his Vault Breaker para mag-disengage. A grand Skyfall from Emily dito, but Didn't make it in time. It caught and champion from team members of the MLE dito. Still 4 versus 5. Diamond will have to recall. Then again, a first third turret in the meeting goes down for a team ng Manila Eagles dito. 450 right. Ang ating score. A stun coming from team members of the Manila Eagles dito. Trying to get the second third turret of this game. Emily still trying to dominate this match, mga kaibigan. A good dodge with his dice and dice to secure the objective of defending himself, mga kaibigan. Emily have to engage dito. And yet again, they have to disengage as well. With that Volt Breaker, have to use his flash out and then ignited siya kanina. Almost enough, mga kaibigan, but hindi pa rin na naman ito nakakuha. Ito ng champion kill for team Manila Eagles in that team fight.
Yes, and actually Emily TG already upgrading to the max level, the face of the mountain on his support item. So actually, there's also some changes to this that whenever he uses the shield, you receive 10% of the HP of the support, which will be Leona in this game. And then when it explodes, it deals 100% of the attack damage of the carry or 30% of the AP of the champion. So interesting changes, definitely allowing Face of the Mountain to be a lot stronger in this game.
I think ngayon for MLETG, it go for this item since alam natin lahat, or itong kanyang Face of the Mountain, since alam natin lahat na Leona is a very versatile champion when it comes to support. Kaya niya tangkehin yung kanyang kalaban dito. Even though may mga Leona dito na kumukuha ng kanilang ancient coin instead of getting this item, a very good item choice pa rin para dito kay TJ in the bottom lane sa laban nila against their opponent. Since alam nila lahat na kaya niya tangkehin yung kanilang kalaban. So far, mga kaibigan, try to defend that blue buff against the team ng Manila Eagles. Will they be able to secure that blue buff anytime, mga kaibigan? Still, Meme have his might up. So if ever nasubukan to natin Manila Eagles, since wala silang smite, possible na makuha ulit ito ni Meme for himself.
That's right. So alright, we're seeing pings coming both from MLE and Diamond. Looks like CM Storm decided not to continue taking that blue buff, but members of MLE have now grouped up here the blue buff. As you can see, they're probably gonna give this blue buff over to Chalk, and there he go, Chalk picking up the blue buff for himself. So alam natin lahat, si Kassadin very mana hungry champion, and this will definitely help him, allow him to snowball even better into the late game.
And that's Skyfall, mga kaibigan, galing dito kay Meme to get the life of Emily Chok in the mid lane, but with that Rift Walk
and that blue buff.
Yes, a blue buff, very good for Emily Chok, trying to stall that mid lane kanina, and yet again, hindi alam ng team CM Storm dito, I mean, Diamonds dito, na nagkukuha na ng team ang MLE dito to get that first baron of this game. 450 ng score natin, 20-minute mark, and tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo, mga kaibigan. Still, a 3-man baron for the team ng Manila Eagles. Very good decision choice dito.
Yes, that's right. Alright, so as you can see here, looks like they'll be able to pick up this baron without any contest from Diamond team right now. And Diamond, not too far. A solid player, mga kaibigan, to get the life of Toaster dito. A stun, I mean a slow from Chalk. And once again, a flash in with his Zenith Blade and solid battery from Emily Hate dito. Meme was about to go down. A bind from Shura. He was ignited. Resil goes down. Also, Kha'Zix goes down as well, mga kaibigan. Shut down by Israel with that team fight. It's a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of team ng Manila Eagles dito. Yes, so two members of MLE, both Kassadin and Renekton, already having 6 kills in this game. Right now, Luxuria is not doing so bad for himself in terms of kills. He has already actually picked up 3 kills, but of course, since the other members of MLE are way ahead, he's definitely gonna have a hard time carrying the rest of his team. As you can see, Chalk chasing down Luxuria one-on-one here near the turret, here in the bottom lane. Luxuria has nowhere to go right now. He's getting collapsed by 2 members of MLE. Yes, mga kaibigan,
makatakas ka man dito. Sa tatay ni Buzz Lightyear, mayroon naman ditong kamandag ng Crocodile sa bottom lane. And yet again, mga kaibigan, I missed bind from Shura. And with that one, it's a free dragon once again for the team ng Manila Eagles.
Yes, so right now, Manila Eagles with something like a 15 plus or 16,000 plus gold lead. So this is a really big gold lead for being 21 minutes in the game only. So it'll be very hard for Toasted, or rather Diamond, the team Diamond, to get back into this game. They'll have to play a little bit more safer and try to pick up some picks. Like I mentioned a while ago, the members of MLE are pretty tanky even without that many tank items. So it'll be much harder for Resil to assassinate these champions.
Mukhang nahihirapan ngayon ang team ng Diamond to secure their objective of dominating this match. As you can see, 5-19 ang ating score. Manila Eagles still on the lead in this match. And mga kaibigan, Chalk used his first kill against Toaster dito. He was slowed down, but he was able to escape against that champion since meron pa siyang body slam dito. And the flash, if ever, I mean, he could just use his body slam para makatakas in that team fight. So far ngayon, tuloy-tuloy pa rin tayo. Ating score ay 5-19 in favor of the Manila Eagles. Almost 15k ang ating goal difference dito. Ang laki against their opponent.
That's right. Now, Emily now split pushing. As you can see, Cassidy all alone in the top lane, trying to split push there. Two members of Diamond decide to respond to stop him, while the rest of the MLE members are here in the bottom lane, trying to push that last outer third of Diamond here in the bottom lane. Toaster and Emily Chalk going 1-on-1 right now. As you can see, Toaster being very aggressive, waiting for some rest back. While that was happening, of course, the members of Emily here in the bottom lane were able to pick up the last outer third of Diamond, and now they're gonna go ahead and try to push in for that inner third or the base third of Diamond.
Item wise in the bottom lane, Emily Markey versus Diamond Luxuria. Kita-kita natin yung difference nila dito, having a 3-1-4 score at yung kanyang CS. Mga kaibigan, na stun from Markey dito. He was about to go down, mga kaibigan, with the burst damage from team CM Storm. They got the life of Markey. Mukhang nagkaroon na miscommunication dito, mga kaibigan. Si TG was about to go down dito with the use of that SS cannon kay Shura dito. TG taking so much damage. Resin as well have to use his SS dito. Zenith Blade from TG with that. They got the life of one champion of team CM Storm dito, and yet again 2-for-1 exchange. Mukhang gagawin pang 2-for-2 gamit ito si Yux, mga kaibigan. Galit na galit si Yux dito, and with that it's a triple kill. Mukhang going for a quadra kill. A respond from Emily Hate for a quadra kill, and with that a very good job. That bottom lane 1-versus-1 Toaster versus kay Chok.
Ace
got his life, and it's an ace for their team, and an inhibitor turret plus an inhibitor in the bottom lane.
Yes, that's right. So it looks like Emily will be able to pick up this inhibitor of Diamond right now. Right now, Diamond rested on Kha'Zix has just respawned and is waiting for his the rest of his team to join him before he engages the three remaining members of MLE here pushing in the mid lane. Actually, a while ago when Kha'Zix engaged them, in the bottom lane, one of the members of Emily placed down a pink ward so that even though Kha'Zix was invisible through his ultimate, they were still able to see him and easily burst him down.
A very good item choice para dito kay TG, getting his item like kanina. As you can see, sobrang tanky niya. And then he got his Guardian Angel ngayon. And I think this is more heavy for Team Diamond to handle. Sa ganitong item choice from TG, he can just use his Zenith Blade and then disengage once na masok sa guys their opponent. So ganun yung gagawin niya dito. Zenith Blade, disengage, use his Solar Flare, and stun any opponent from their, for the team.
Yes, actually I'm very happy with Emily Yuke's performance today, because normally he plays very passive in lane and he'd always go with the Doran shield start, but this is the first time I saw him change his playstyle and be a very aggressive player. Picking up the Doran sword was a very smart move for him since he was able to win his lane against Diamond Toaster, and now he's actually helping his team snowball this game to victory.
Naalala ko tuloy, nung nakausap ko si Emily Yux about his playstyle na top lane, I am watching him using Rengar, and ang first pick niya kagad dito, walang boots, walang kahit anong item, but a Ravenous Hydra. Mga kaibigan, with that Solar Flare from TG dito, they're about to get the life of Luxuria. Luxuria goes down. Emily Yux is legendary na, mga kaibigan. Still, 4th champion was got caught by that Shura's S dito. Yet again, it's a 2 champion from team, 3 champion from team. Diamond goes down. It's an ace, mga kaibigan. Once again, in favor na ako nila ang buhay dito ni Toaster, but they have to disengage and get the Nexus Turret instead in this match. Kasi sabi ko kanina about Emily Yuke's playstyle, Rengar, he got his Ravenous Hydra first before getting the other item. Sabi ko, bakit ganyan ang item mo? You're not going for the defense. Or the item like shield or any armor item dito. Sabi niya sa akin, solo queue lang naman ako eh. The reason why, ang mga Pinoy, hindi nag-wards, hindi naglalagay ng vision ward dito. And that's the reason why, ganun ang playstyle niya. So far, very good job for Team Manila Eagles.
First win goes to Manila Eagles, so congratulations for picking up the first win of the day. Now, we'll have another match, probably after about 10-15 minute break, as the players are prepared for the second game of the day. Of course, it will be still between the Diamonds versus the Manila Eagles. Before that, of course, we'll have a short interview between one of the players from from MLE, and we'll have Jay, of course, interview that player.
So far, bago ang lahat, tignan muna natin ang ating match stats. We're having a match between Team the Diamond and team ng MLE, Sports Manila Eagles. So far, ang ating score ay 7-28 at napakaking advantage for the team of Manila Eagles dito.
And of
This
course,
game was
I feel like our MVP should be Emily Hughes, of course, 13-0-4 with almost 14,000 gold in only 26 minutes, which is actually a very high gold for to have at 26 minutes in the game. So good job to Emily Hughes, winning his lane and winning also the team fights for his team.
Alam mo, before, players were thinking kung sino talaga ang possible na pangunta kay Gragas. And as I'm watching the matches, the replays, the streams, the PGS, the GPL, na-realize ko na you can counter Gragas kahit na sino champion gamitin mo, or any champion na alam mo confident ka to use.
Yes, actually,
Rengar can counter Renekton. I mean, Gragas. Renekton can counter Gragas. We have Trundle can counter Gragas. Especially Olaf can counter Gragas. Pero it all depends on how you play the game.
Actually, this is what I think happened kasi this season, naging popular ang tank top. And Gragas, although he is tanky, he isn't that tanky until he hits around level 4 or 5. And most of the champions in the top lane are supposed to be tanky, but they're not as tanky also in the late game. And since Gragas deals a lot of melee damage in the early game, he can always win out-trade most champions. But now, if you go aggressive on Gragas at the first 2 to 3 levels, you could actually beat Gragas in the top lane.
Yes, very good job for Emily Hughes doing that. Pag-utilize na kanyang skills dito in top lane. Congratulations again, Team Manila Eagles, for winning the first game of this match, of this day. Mamaya ulit may laban ng Team TT Esports Manila Eagles versus the Diamonds. Change naman sila ng kanilang lanes. I mean, ang kanilang sides dito. Again, you're watching the Pro Gaming Series 2014 Spring Season. Pabalik kami ulit mamaya-maya. So, hintayin nyo lang, meron tayong interview for Emily Hughes by Jay. I'm GG.Sphere.
And I'm Jay.
You're watching again the Pro Gaming Series 2014. See you maya-maya lang.
Hi, magandang hapon ulit mga summoners, and right now here beside me is one of the players from MLE. He's the one who played Renekton in the yung recent game lang natin. And he's Emily Hughes. Hi, kuya.
Hello.
Anong pangalan mo?
Yuki
Chuchia. Yan. And then how long have you been playing League of Legends na?
4 years.
4 years na. And then, kailan ka lang naging pro? Like, kailan ka lang sumali sa mga game na pro?
2 years nung simula naglaro.
2 years na. So, parang well-experienced ka na pagdating sa mga challenger tier, yung mga ganon. So, that proves you're 11-0 in the previous game. So, ano sa tingin mo yung dapat na, parang kumbaga dapat na ginawa ninyo pa? Or I know you're already dominated the game pero sa tingin mo, bakit naging no match sa'yo si Gragas on the top lane?
Tingin ko dahil sa nerf rin sa Gragas.
Nerf sa Gragas, oo nga eh. And
Hindi na siya ganung kalakas.
Hindi na siya ganung kalakas.
Na-snowball ko na rin yung lane.
Oh, I see. And naging aggressive ka on the first part of the game. So I think that's one of the reason why Toaster on the top lane, which played Gragas, is medyo nahirapan talaga siya na harapin yung Renekton mo. So, yan, that's it. And then, may message ka ba sa mga summoners natin ngayon sa Twitch?
Yung mga sumusuporta. Suporta lang.
Suporta lang daw. Puso lang, kumbaga. Ayun, salamat. And then, susunod nating laban is Emily versus Diamond again. Magkakaroon lang sila ng switch lane. So, ayun, just watch out. And, yeah, thank you.